back for another story time. We left off with my grandfather dying. And everything after that, I haven't told you. Because that's when my true hell started. I was placed in my father's care. And it wasn't supposed to be that way because my mother's will said that we were supposed to go to my grandmother. Because she wanted to make sure that if anything happened to her, we continue to have the lifestyle that we deserve to have. You know, proper meals and proper education through our life. And, well, guess what didn't happen? You got it. No proper meals for me, at least. My sister was fed because she was the golden child that could do no wrong, even while she was doing a lot of wrong. Either way, we ended up living with him in the ghetto, as they called it, in a house that my father didn't pay hardly any rent for. Tiny little bedrooms that me and my sister were forced to share one for a while, and then we moved to a larger house that had 3 bedrooms. We still had to share a bedroom. Okay, that's why things were so complicated for me finding freedom from the situations. And no, I'm not trying to put her business out there, but she's dirty. She's a nasty person. I don't mean dirty like she doesn't wash herself, because she's very clean in that aspect, but the things she put me and my stepsisters through, it was terrible. For years we had endured with her, and I don't know if I can blame her completely, because I know my grandfather did things to her because he was ill. So when you're just a wee little person, you're taught that that's okay, that doing those things is okay, but it's not okay. So if you're a child watching this and somebody's doing something to you that seems more like an adult thing to be done, it's not okay. Get out of that situation as fast as you can. Tell a trusted adult. That's what I didn't do, because I didn't know that that was an option. I thought that if she was a golden child, could do no wrong, so I felt like telling anybody anything would just end with more beatings for me. And I was beat enough. I was like brutally beat a lot. I'm amazed that I'm still alive because of the stuff I had to go through. But that's nothing compared to what my stepmom had to go through with my father. He did some things that were not quite right to do to a woman. And, but he's not the one who was touching me. He did not do anything inappropriate to me. He just liked to hit me. You've read that? I know a lot of you probably never read it because it's out of date now. There was a story called The Whipping Child. And that always made me cry when I was in school. And a lot of people don't understand why I was crying over it. They thought I was just being sensitive. No, I felt like the whipping child. That if my sister did something she wasn't supposed to do, I got beat for it. It was blamed on me, I got beat for it. Because that angel could not be touched. And unfortunately, my father sees it now, but he didn't see it then, that he should have been disciplining her more. Maybe she wouldn't have ended up in and out of prison, in and out of, terrible relationships, on drugs. Yeah, maybe, just maybe, she would have had a better life. If he had paid attention from the start, maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't have been the way she turned out to be. And at this point, that's why I don't put blame on her for anything. I just suck it up and go, you know what, it happened, and my voice was silenced because I didn't tell anybody. I didn't do anything about it. My stepsisters did So they ended up not having to come back to our home anymore because of it. And that left me in a situation where I was constantly being abused. SA is no joke. It still counts as rape, no matter what. And raping a child, a small child, should never be done. So I've been extra cautious with my kids, like when they start doing certain things, like, hey, you know what? How about we separate and we don't, I know you're not intentionally touching anything you're not supposed to, but please, for my sake, don't, just stop, please. And if you can't stop, I will permanently separate you guys for the rest of your lives if I have to. Because I'm not going to sit here and be a witness to something like that happening to my children. So they have to go through what I go through. No. Because you can't, like, it won't go away, ever. It's never going to go away. I will never be fully trusting. And it does create an atmosphere inside of you that cannot heal. There's no healing from it. It's there, it's permanent. And I don't want it to be a permanent situation for them. That went on until I was probably about 8 or 9 years old when we finally moved next to my grandmother, who watched her like a hawk. My grandmother was my savior because she knew there was something wrong with her. And she didn't quite understand what it was, because, I mean, my grandmother knew how my grandfather was and how he liked to do things to small children, and she may or may not have seen him doing something with my sister, or not doing something. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. I moved my hand too fast, I guess. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this video because it's going too far. I love you guys. Bye.